Here's my analysis of the Baylor versus Oklahoma State men's basketball game. First of all, the final score was 74 to 58. There was a little bit of a power outage. It was quite eventful, to say the least. But I'll have to show you a picture of it when it, like, some picture I found on the internet, on Twitter, about this. First time it has ever happened at the Farrell Center. Granted, the final score didn't really implicate how the game really was in terms of separation. The first half, Baylor was up 39-23. Both teams in the second half scored 35 points. So, Oklahoma State shot the ball 38.3% from the field, 23 for 60 overall. 7 for 33 on free throws, three-pointers, which is 21.2%. 5 for 8 on free throws, which is 62.5%. 30 rebounds in the game. 8 offensive rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, 6 blocks, 10 turnovers, 19 fouls. They did have 26 points off the bench, though, but it didn't matter because Baylor shot 46.3%, 25 for 54 overall, 9 for 24 on threes, which is 37.5%. Granted, free throws needed to be improved, 15 for 22, which is 68.2%. 41 rebounds in the game, 11 of those offensive, and yes, Baylor did give up a little more second chance points in the game as well as transition, but they're working on that. I know they are. 18 assists, only 2 steals. That's not that great. 1 block, though, is still not that good. It's better than 0, but still. 11 turnovers, but there was a few shot clock violations I would love to be corrected. 14 fouls, and Baylor did have 15 points off the bench. So, even without the bench, they would beat Oklahoma State with the bench. That's just crazy. Now, individual stats. Adam Flagler had 11 points on 2 for 5 shooting, 2 for 4 on free threes, 5 for 6 on free throws, 1 rebound, 8 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 2 fouls. Eldrick Cryer had 16 points on 6 for 9 shooting, 4 for 5 on threes, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover. I think he's back in the flow of things now. Keontae George had a quiet 8 points in the game, 2 for 8 shooting, 2 for 5 on threes, 2 for 5 on free throws, which I know he can shoot the ball better than that, so I'm not worried. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 foul. Flo Thamba had 12 points on 3 for 7 shooting. He still needs to work on his finishing ability, but he's a fifth-year senior. It is what it is. He still needs to work on it, though, and be better. To be fair. But 6 for 6 at the free throw line. That stood out to me. 4 rebounds in the game, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. Jalen Bridges is back to shooting the ball where he was. 12 points on for 5 for 7 shooting. I know he was 1 for 3 on threes, but 1 for 2 on free throws. I know he can make them both. So, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 fouls. Josh Uzuwuna had 7 points on 3 for 6 shooting, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 fouls. Zach Loveday didn't record any stats in his one minute. Anything. Caleb Lohner had 6 points on 3 for 4 shooting, 0 for 1 on threes, 0 for 1 on free throws, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 fouls. Junk Youngkin was 0 for 1 from the field, 0 for 1 from the three-point line in particular. Dale Bonner didn't record any stats except 0 for 1 on from the field, 0 for 1 from the three-point line, which I know he only played 4 minutes. I wonder if something happened. I don't know. But we'll wait and see. Jordan Turner recorded a rebound in the game with his only minute. Langston Love had 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting, 0 for 4 on 3-pointers. Hopefully he steps it up better, plays better, which 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 2 fouls. Now, Oklahoma State going forward, they have the following games. Oklahoma, I number 14 Iowa State. No, number 10 Texas on the road. They have Ole Miss, which that is a 50-50 game because they're both about the same. I know Ole Miss is 8-9. Oklahoma State's now 9-8. So, and Oklahoma again, but in Norman. So the Big 12 is just that tough, and for all I know, they can lose every game. You never know. Now Baylor, on the other hand, I do think Baylor's going to be ranked again. They were number 26, receiving the most votes. With some of these teams in front losing at least once, and upsets do happen, they are going to go back in. But we'll see. They have on the road to Texas Tech. That's a difficult place to play. At Oklahoma. Then they host number 2 Kansas. Which Kansas is not the typical Kansas. They don't have a lot of known shooters on their team. They have number 15 Arkansas. Granted, its current rankings. On the road to number 10 Texas. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens for both teams here. And man, thank goodness this is won't happen again. Hopefully it won't. Seriously, it was so awkward. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later. It's going to 500 subscribers. Let's get on the road to it. Let's go.